Hello, and welcome to this episode of Learn Everyday English, where we use words, phrases, and real-life situations to help you learn and improve your English. Today we're outside again, and we're going to be talking about yard work. So that's why I am dressed like this. I have an old shirt to do yard work in, some old pants that I don't care if I get them dirty, and also have what we call work boots that I can use around the yard. Behind me is a storage shed, so I have some equipment and some tools inside that I'm going to use to help me with the yard work today. So if you like these videos, please 1, hit the like button, 2, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications, and 4, tell your friends so that they can know about the channel and benefit and improve their English also. So without further ado, let's get going and I'll show you what's inside the storage shed. So here I am inside. I've opened the doors of the storage shed and I'm going to show you a few of the things in here. This item here is called a dolly, and I use this to move things around that are too heavy for me to lift, but I don't need this today, so I'm going to set it to the side. This is a what we call a riding lawnmower, because it's something I can sit on and ride. It has a steering wheel, so I can steer it and turn it. I'm not going to use this today, but I do need to move it out of the storage shed because I need to go over here. And I have another lawnmower. This is called a push mower or a self-propelled mower. Self-propelled, that means it has the wheels that turn, and it helps pull the lawnmower, so it helps, gives me some assistance. It makes it easier to move and to use the lawnmower. This is smaller, so I'm going to use this to cut the grass in the backyard. Also, I'm going to use another piece of equipment. I'm going to use this item, and we call this a weed eater. A weed eater. Weeds are like things that grow in the backyard that you don't really want. They're called weeds. So weed, it eats up the weeds. It actually cuts the weed or the weeds using this this string, this orange colored string, and it spins real fast. So this is called a weed eater. And after I finish with everything, I'm going to cutting the grass, I'm going to use this item here. This is called a leaf blower. A leaf blower because it blows the leaves or the grass away. So those are the 3 main items I'm going to use for yard work today in cutting the grass in the backyard. So now the next thing I need to do, I need to move this riding lawnmower out. I need to back it out of this storage shed. I have 2, these are called ramps, metal ramps. I'm going to pull out, and I'm going to extend them out, and so I can use the ramps, and I can drive the riding lawnmower out on the ramps, so I can get it out of the way, so I can then have access and remove the self-propelled lawnmower. So I'm going to do that right now. backyard. I have the lawnmower, the leaf blower. Now the weed eater, the first thing I'm going to do is use the weed eater, or we say I'm going to weed eat around the retaining wall, at the bottom of the retaining wall, all the way around the backyard, so I can trim the grass next to the wall. After that, I'm going to use the lawnmower to cut the grass, and then I'll use the leaf blower to blow the grass. So I need to start the leaf blower. So now I've finished weed eating the all around. Now I'm going to use the lawnmower and cut the grass. So now that's finished cutting the grass. It doesn't take very long. The backyard is pretty small, but before I use the blower, I think I'm going to use the what we call a push broom. I'm going to sweep up the majority of the grass, or we call it the yard clippings or lawn clippings. So this is what we call lawn clippings or grass clippings. I'm going to sweep that up and put it in the compost bin. So we got two types of brooms that we use, broom or broom. Let's say broom. This is a regular broom, but what I'm going to use is called a push broom. A push broom, because instead of using this broom to sweep like this, this is called a push broom because I have to push it like this, but it covers a wider area, and it does a better job, and it's a lot quicker. So I'm going to use this push broom to sweep up all the leaves, pine needles, and especially the grass clippings, and then I'm going to put that in the compost bin, the compost bin. Well, as you can see, I've swept up everything that was on the ground into a pile, but the pile is mainly pine needles. So these are pine needles from the pine trees, and they are acidic, so I'm not going to put them in the compost bin. I'm going to put them in this yard waste, we call it recycling container, yard waste recycling container, and the city comes by twice a month, and they pick up the yard waste and they recycle it. So I'm just going to sweep up using this, we call this a dust bin, I'm going to sweep up this pile using this dust bin and this broom and put it in this container. So now I'm going to take this container, put it out front, and then on Wednesday I'll put it out for the city to come by and empty the yard waste into their truck, and they can recycle this material. Well, now the last thing to do is to use this leaf blower, and I'm just going to blow away the small debris, the small items that are left on the ground. I have to say, there are some hazards in doing yard work. When I was sweeping, I was stung by a bee or a wasp. We say stung by a bee or a wasp. I don't know which one is it. It's an insect with a stinger. It stung me on the back of the neck. I didn't see it. It came from behind. So my neck is a little bit sore and hurting. but hopefully it will not get infected or anything like that. So now I'm going to start up the leaf blower. Okay, well that about does it for this episode of Learn Everyday English, where we talked about doing yard work and the tools that we use to get that job done. So hope you liked this episode. If you do, again, hit the like button and please subscribe. And we'll be bringing you more videos like this in the future. So until next time, we'll see you later on Learn Everyday English. Goodbye.